Hi. So whatever I'm gonna tell you in this video is backed by solid research and my experience, and I won't waste much of your time and get straight to the video. The US F1 visa interviews are already taking place, and I have been receiving a lot of questions on my socials. So I thought that I should make a video, and I would tell you the questions that I was asked, the questions that my friends were asked, and I've prepared a list of all those questions, and I'm gonna tell you all of them. And what I would ask you to be is like very attentive, because I'm going to tell you the questions and the answers both. So listen to those carefully. And one more point, be sure to carry all the documents, because in my case I remember the visa officer rejected a candidate because he failed to produce a document that was asked. So be careful with all your documents. And in fact, I was searching the list that I had when I was preparing for my interview. So but I didn't get that list, but if I get it right now, I think I'll shoot the video right now itself, and I will try to upload it very soon, so that it helps you guys also. So coming straight to the questions, I have segregated these questions, I would say, topic wise. So first one I have on the screen is university centric questions. So the officer might ask you, why USA and not India? Why are you going there? So to this you can say that it focuses on practical aspects of education. Indian education system is more focused towards your theory and stuff. So I would like to have some practical exposure, some global exposure, and the research opportunities in US are much better than what we have in India. And then he might ask that why masters, why your university, the particular university that you're applying for. So for your masters, you may I would ask you to not give any vague answer to this, but show that yeah, you are genuinely interested in that particular field, in the course that you applied for. So for why masters, you can answer that this particular course has, more career prospects, and it is a growing field, or it is an evergreen field, whatever it is, and show that yeah, this is something that can help you a lot. Then for your why this particular university question, you can tell and that this is a good university, although everybody says that this is a good university. And avoid giving general answers, I would say, because he should feel that you are genuinely interested, and not try to avoid vague answers. So I prepared for this one. So I had a professor here whose work really interested me. So I named that professor that this is the professor, and he has this lab which I would genuinely like to work in, and help him in his lab, and side by side it would help me also, like in my career, in terms of my career. So next question that the officer might ask you is like, why this particular program, like why I am here for my computer engineering. So he would have asked me that why computer engineering. So to this I would have answered that this is the professor, and I can whose webinar I attended. In fact, I attended the webinar. So there was a webinar that was conducted, and I attended that webinar. So I would say that I really liked it. Really liked the syllabus of this particular course, and it interested me. So I thought that why not to pursue this field and in this particular program, and gain more knowledge, gain more practical knowledge. So this question could be answered like that, like this. And one more question that I feel that can be asked as a counter question is like, what universities did you apply to, and what admits do you have, what rejects do you have. And to this further he might ask like, why didn't you choose that particular admit which you got, and why this university itself. So to this you can again give reasons like weather, safety, or maybe university ranking, or maybe job opportunities, on campus job opportunities. Be sure not to mention the job opportunities later on, like though the H1B sponsored jobs. You have to show that you are coming back again in India and not staying there. So do not mention job as in working in the US, show that on campus job opportunities is better over there, which would help me um, lower the load of my personal expenses. So you can answer this. Now coming to one of the most important parts, financing questions. Financing plays a major role in deciding whether you'll get a visa or not. So few questions that I have written is that who is sponsoring your education. So to this you can answer whatever the cases, like your particular cases. So you can say that my parents are sponsoring my education, and then you can frame it as like, the way you answer also plays a major role. This is a point that I would like to tell you. Like, in first place itself, if you tell that okay, my parents are sponsoring my education, I have a scholarship from the university of this much amount, and then my family has this much fund. First answer can be this. Second answer can be like, my parents are funding my education, but I'm not sure about how to manage this, that. So this would make him feel dicey, that will he be able to pay the tuition or not. So try to show the pros of your profile first, and then focus on the smaller things, and if avoidable, try to stay away from the smaller parts or the negative parts of your profile. So that way it could increase your chances of getting your visa approved. Now second question, what can be asked, like it is a counter question to this, is like, what does your family do, or what does your father do, mother do. It depends on the answer that you've previously told the interviewer. So he might ask you that, what does your father do. So if you have multiple sources of income, it's very good. Otherwise, whatever the case is, it can vary from person to person, so you can answer that. If you have a loan, he might ask that who will be paying back your loan. So you need to say that my parents will be paying back my loan, because and if he asks that how, generally he or she might not ask how, but yeah, you might say that they are working in that company, or whatever the business is, whatever it is, and they are financially strong and would be able to pay it off very easily. Now comes relative questions. Like, if you have any relative of yours in the US, you might be asked that, like, do you have any relatives. So if you have a distant relative, avoid answering that. Like, say that no, I don't have. Yeah, but make sure that if you have written that you have a particular relative in US in your DS 160, don't lie there, because he has your entire data over there, and if you lie, it might act as a negative thing for you. So if you have written something in DS 160, don't lie over there. Tell him that yeah, I have a distant relative, and he might ask that, what is the visa status of your relative. So you can say that if he is a distant relative, you might say that, officer, I have not been in contact with him and have met only once or twice, and I don't have any information about the visa status. Like, if he is a distant relative, I am assuming that you might not be meeting with him a lot of times, and you might not be as close to him or her as much you would be to your family, right? So I would answer this like this. If the case is something else, like if you have met him or her and you know the visa status, then the case is different. But I would prefer this answer. Now, since I was applying for my masters, there were a few questions that I prepared for, like undergraduate education questions. So, like, I prepared for this question also, that what was your bachelor's in and when did you graduate. In fact, this question was asked to few of my friends also, so you can answer that I completed my bachelor's in this particular year. I completed my undergrad. Here in US, one thing that I feel is very different from India is, like, if I say bachelor's, they don't understand. They think that bachelor's is someone who is not married. So use the term undergraduate, and you can tell them that I completed my undergraduate in this particular year. If you had a good GPA, do mention that. Show the strong side of your profile. And after that, he might ask you, what are your future plans. So here comes a major part of your interview. You have to show that you will be coming back to India, and To this, I prepared that I wish to work as a SDE, so software developer engineer, specialized in AI back in India, and I would like to work in companies like Bosch, Tata, Reliance. I thought that it's better to mention the companies which are from India. So I prepared this answer for myself. And will you work in the US after your MS? So I prepared the answer that I prepared was, I'm very confident about the skills that I'll have after my MS, and the course that I'm pursuing will have much better opportunities in India than any other country due to new companies being set up and economic development. So therefore, I'll be working in India. So why will you come back to India? This is a counter question that I prepared. So the answer what I've written is like, the course that I am pursuing will have much better opportunities in India. I already told you this. The second one, you have to show strong connections to your family. You can say that my family, my relatives, everyone lives over here. I have my father, my family has all the properties here. So why will I stay in the US? It's very genuine thing, right? My family is here. Why will I stay in the US? So you have to show you have strong roots in India. And this was a short, not a short, but a very detailed and very, I would say, a very quality content that I prepared for you guys, so that you guys get your visa approved. And if this video helps you in any way and you get your visa approved, make sure to come and comment that this video helps, so that other people get to know that the questions and everything that I told you guys was genuinely a good one and it helped you. So this was what I prepared, and I hope that things turn out to be very positive for you guys. And I'll see you in the next one. Take care, bye, and be sure to watch the video that I'll be uploading real very soon. It would be about the documents that you need to carry for your visa interview. Take care.